The first mission of Apollo, the first of a series that leads to exploration of the moon. Three men to ring out this new spacecraft for the first time. In the left seat, spacecraft commander Walter Schirra. In the right seat, Walter Cunningham. And in the middle, a young man from Columbus, Ohio, Major Donn Eisele. The quiet, reserved man in the center couch seems natural here, contrasted with the outgoing exuberance of his teammates. A relaxed pilot, they call him. Confident. Confident in his own ability and in the ability of his teammates. But the road to becoming an astronaut is neither short nor easy. For Donn Eisele, it began with his graduation from Annapolis in 1952, when he chose a flying career in the Air Force. He became a project officer and test pilot for experimental jets, and it was as a test pilot he was selected for the astronaut program 12 years later in 1964. He came on board with the third contingent of astronauts, the same group as his fellow crew member, Walt Cunningham. Long used to the travels of a military career, he moved his wife and family to the quiet community of El Lago, Texas. It's a perfect place for him to do the fishing and camping he enjoys. And it's just a few minutes from his office at the Manned Spacecraft Center. But even an experienced test pilot like Donn Eisele, who also holds a master's degree in astronautics, had a lot to learn. He and the other astronauts in his group began their intensive general training program. In the classroom, in simulators, on trips to other centers. And there was training in the field. For here he learned not only to work in the new realm of space, but gathered the basic knowledge necessary to explore new worlds. On special training flights, he learned what it was like to live beyond the pull of gravity. It was on just such a flight as this that Donn Eisele dislocated his shoulder. However, surgery was successful and he was back on flight status. At the end of his general training period, Eisele's specialty as an astronaut was the Apollo flight control system. He worked with engineers in this area for 7 months. His next assignment was as astronaut liaison pilot for the lunar module, the vehicle in which 2 astronauts will land on the moon. He participated in all key tests and reviews, representing the astronauts in all aspects of design and modification. Then came the assignment for which, above all else, he had been trained. Donn Eisele, with Wally Schirra and Walt Cunningham, was assigned to the prime crew for the Apollo Saturn 205. Thrust into the spotlight of national interest, he ran into a problem: the inability of many of the press to pronounce his name. Eisele, Eisele, they called him, and he took a good ribbing from his crewmates about it. But even as they trained for their mission, a change in the program canceled their flight and placed them as a backup crew for the first manned Apollo flight. Following the fire that claimed the lives of the prime crew, Schirra, Eisele, and Cunningham were once more ready to go, the first men to fly Apollo. As always, Donn Eisele meets the situation as a calm, reliable professional, for this is his way. An engineer, a pilot, a quiet man. Major Donn Eisele, United States astronaut.